that.
Exactly.
You need to get your temper right with the person that's taking care of you, ma'am.
She talking about she gonna call her dad. What your daddy gonna come do?
What's your dad
gonna come get beat up?
What he gonna do?
Your daddy already scared to drop y'all down at the house. I gotta tell your daddy to bring y'all all the way to the house. Other than that, he making y'all walk for $family.
You gonna call your
What are you talking about?
You can go live.
Hey, your daddy already know he got one coming when he popped up at the house. When I was damn near paralyzed. Pop up in my house after I had the wreck looking for your mama.
For no reason. See, yo, we be bringing our kids up. We be creating the worst circumstances for our kids. Granted, relationships don't always work out. You know, people split up. But then, granted, you do deserve a life after a bad relationship, even after having kids. But the thing is, now that's a factor when you're choosing a person to be in your life.
Fact.
In no circumstances is this right. Not necessarily the correction, but the honking of the father.
Exactly. And the mother letting the boyfriend go ahead and keep going.
Yes.
Little girl crying.
Yes. Now, granted, it may be him being the disciplinarian in this situation. You know, as a step parent, you're limited.
Right.
You know, in the 2024 and even last year before, you don't put your hands on people's kids, right? Because you can't even put your hands on your own kids because all of them got smartphones. They go to school. Hey, you know, their day starting off bad. The teacher asks what's wrong. Well, my mom yelled at me or hit me in my arm. And then automatically they go to the counselor. Then boom, you got a child support situation, a child abuse situation where they call the people and now the police coming to your job. So you can't even correct your own kids. Now, it's different types of abuse. There's, you know, physical and verbal.
That's verbal all day.
Exactly. So how is she supposed to feel about her father when you talking about I'll beat him up?
And then it could go sideways.
Yeah.
You go home and tell the father.
And the father like, all right, I might can't whoop your ass, but I got this gun. Exactly.
So you don't want to restart that because I get on your daddy ass. You know your daddy too old to be playing with. Don't call your daddy. I bet he gonna tell you, Jada, I ain't in that.
Exactly. That part.
You know he gonna tell you that. Call him when you need something. Who bought all that stuff you got on your body right now?
Exactly.
Who bought all that stuff? Was you ready about calling your daddy then?
And that's where, as a step parent, they say you got all the responsibility without the authority. Now, granted, Yo might have been right. You understand what I'm saying about why he's upset with her, but he was wrong for threatening her father. Yo, as an adults, we gotta check our feelings. I get like, yo, you don't get your father, I will fuck your father up. I get that to myself. But as the man, you got to be able to check your feelings and check your emotions. And I know it's not easy, you know, because think about, you know, she's a little girl. She's growing up. She's going through puberty, probably not sure of herself. She go to school. She don't know if she a boy or a girl or binary or whatever. All the confusion that they got going on. And then they open their phones. They look at the world and they're trying to figure out where they fit in it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then there's the dynamic home where, like, you know, mom may not be a good mom, or she may be a good mom, or the stepdad creates a situation where, because it's not necessarily his kid, he's a tyrant, and every little thing that she want to do, no, 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 and then, you know, she go report back to dad. So we be having these kids in these fucked up situations, man. And I think as adults, we got to check our feelings, and we got to really, especially when you deal with somebody with a kid, you have to move a certain type of way because that is somebody else's kid. They're gonna grow up and be. If it's a little girl, she's gonna grow up and be like the mom. If it's a little boy, he's gonna grow up and be like the dad. Same way, if it was your kid, it's gonna grow up and be like you and have elements of you. So he's looking at the other person she was with before. And that's just what it is. When we get in these relationships, we gotta accept that.
Yeah, it's like a whole nother level when you step parent at that too. You gotta check yourself, you got limits. You can tell that he's probably the provider.
Yeah.
But still, certain things you can't do and you can't say.
Yeah. And it's just, I mean, and I get it, like, cause it's like it's a different playbook. Cause if you're a parent, so like if he have kids, he probably know how to move. He probably got the provider part down, but he's probably not even with his own kids.
No.
He's with he get to see his kids on the weekend, probably the same way the other guy do.
Right.
So he's the full-time step parent and probably not a full-time parent in his own relationship. That's typically how it be.
Right.
We all be having kids all over the place, and we got a chick, she got a kid, and our ex-chick, our baby mom got a new dude, and it's like, it's just this fucking crazy thing. Why we be bringing kids in the world like this, yo?
Crazy. Like you said, we got to check ourselves.
No planning, yo. Just like we just be having kids like it's a biological function. It's just, we have kids nowadays, and it's across all groups, like we going to use the bathroom.
It's like a contest. I've seen so many situations where it's girls, their sisters got kids, so now they want one.
Yeah, it's a puppy.
Sister got second kid, now they want one.
And the other side to that is, yo, like they're real cute, young, but they grow up. These are people.
Yeah, their responsibility.
Yeah, and like, yo, they have. I think we look at them as cute. It's like, imagine like if we could have it our way and we go and we could buy an animal, like the exotic animal. We get a little lion cub, and it's cute while it's all little, but when they grow up, it can eat you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing we got when we have these kids, man. They're not little exotic little things that look like the father and look like the mom. These are people.
Exactly.
And they're gonna grow up, become individuals. And it's like and you're gonna watch them go through all the difficulties of being in these different stages of life that you already been through, and you try to reach out to them and teach them, and they ain't even trying to hear it from you. No.
Y'all be at y'all daddy house calling us, asking us to do stuff for y'all.
Exactly, that part.
What you want to talk about? You calling your daddy over an iPhone? If an iPhone make you go that crazy, you don't need no iPhone.
That's what I told you in the first beginning. This is
I be trying to, your mama told me not to get y'all one. By me loving y'all and me trying to give y'all the world and me trying to give y'all everything that y'all want. Because I'm seeing that y'all some kids who ain't used to having that. So I try to bring y'all the world, and this the Jada you get.
He just told it all.
Damn.
He just told it all at the end.
Then he talking down to him.
Yeah. He told it all. He's frustrated. Your own kids don't listen to you. Let him. First thing the first time he said something, when he wasn't given, it probably was, "You not my father."
Right.
So he's sitting there eating all that. So now he's the kid. See, the thing is, but the kid, because they really can't say how they feel because it's two adults versus the kid. But he get to get his shit off. Y'all ain't used to nothing. The iPhone now, you can't even take a phone from an adult. I hate to say it, like this is a part of life now. If that girl like 15, 16, all her life it was smartphones. Since she could spell her name, it was some type of iPhone 1, 2 or something out there, some type of Android. So that's all they know.
Yeah, that's her life.
They don't go outside no more. The kids don't play with toys no more. They go on YouTube and watch other kids play with toys.
I don't get it, but
yeah, it's different. Like you don't even gotta get your kid nothing. Just give him the phone, and little Bobby in Japan is playing with the Legos, or he got the dolls and doing like this. So like that is their lifeline to everything.
It's crazy.
So I don't know. Like one thing about being a step parent, unfortunately, is that you're gonna have the responsibility and not necessarily all the authority of a parent, and you got to ask yourself, if you was had to have kids and it didn't work out with your baby mom or your baby dad, how would you want somebody to deal with your kids, right? So we know when we correct them is out of love and guidance, you know what I'm saying, to make them see things a certain type of way. Sometimes it may require different steps, maybe punishment, taking things away, maybe when they're younger, a slap on the butt, you know what I mean? But you gotta think about that when you're dealing with other people's kids and you know how people are about their kids.
Right.
You know what I mean? And just because you could beat the father up or you could beat the mama up, that don't mean that you even say anything like that if you're really serious about being in a relationship with the other person. Because the other part of this is that when you're the person on the other end of that and you got to deal with both you love the guy and that's your kid, and now it's tension there. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of different factors there that we gotta think about when dealing with people with kids.
Yeah, it's also the fact that like you don't know how the past relationship ended. So you can inherit stuff that's not even there.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and the thing about that stuff you don't even if you don't see that until you're in different situations.
Yeah.
And it starts to unfold. You be like, oh, now you already kind of in it. You're a birthday or two in. You know what I mean? Now you love them.
Exactly.
But that's this, and it can be like that with your own kid. Your own kid could turn out to have different issues or have different problems or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's no like, and that's why a lot of people just say, you know what, I don't want to deal with nobody with kids. If I don't, and it's probably the best thing if you don't have any kids. Sometimes, you know what I mean, or I can't really say because it's, I really can't
Yeah, it's
say,
different.
yeah. But I don't think in any event you should threaten the kids of a parent.
Right.
Because they're gonna carry that with them. And one thing about these kids, they're not gonna be kids forever.
And then that's how she grow. She letting them. She see her mother actually letting him do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she gonna carry that. There's gonna be a lot of resentment. Mom gonna get older. She's gonna become a young woman. If stepdad's still there, he's gonna and like life of the universe will come pay you back.
Oh, yeah.
Stepdad to get all sick, had to get his balls cut off for some reason. Got cancer in the shoulder, like the weird shit. You know what I mean? Then he's out of here.
It's karma for you.
Yeah. Then he's out of here. Or his kids is at the other house. Something, God forbid, something negative happened over there. Because some people don't understand shit until it's them, and that's unfortunate. You know what I mean? But I think that we just gotta I think, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? And what I mean by that is that we gotta go to the source of the stuff and like moving forward. There's no time machines. I just think that we need to get back into family planning. I think that's what's lost in the culture. I think a lot of the music play into that. Fuck my baby daddy. I don't want to attack the young lady. You know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty sure when she have her kid, she gonna want her kid to have the fall in the life.
Yeah.
So I mean, we'll preach one thing and bob our head to it, but in real life, we're not doing it. In real life, Jeezy was the snowman, but I mean on the track he was a snowman,
Right.
but in real life he sent his kid to college and
Exactly.
private school. So like a lot of the kids can't decipher. We see in the videos of the little girls dancing to certain stuff and singing certain songs when they should be trying to do spelling bees, spelling their name or reading books.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I said all that to say we just gotta really think about the way we start families, the way we bring kids in this world. Because all we doing is bringing these kids in the world and they inherited a lot of trauma.
Gotta take our time and think about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.